Happy Hump Day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to The Sprint. Thank you so much for clicking over to us online here at WSLS.com, where we're bringing you the lighter stories of the day, taking a break from all that heavy news cycle mess and going right into the stories that you guys want to know about, things that'll keep you smiling, keep you feeling good about what's going on in our community, some of the accomplishments that are happening in our community, and then obviously those stories that are kind of trendy, that are kind of talkable, and that'll make your heart stop. Literally, like in this particular story that we're going to get to later on in the sprint. Check this out. Going 6 minutes without a heartbeat after a horrible drowning. What happened and the hard work that went into bringing a man back to life. Man, I'm telling you, this story, when I watched it, it actually had me on my toes. Like, oh my gosh, this is being played out on camera. We're going to break it down coming up later on in the sprint. The miraculous thing that happened that these first responders do on a daily basis is nothing to bat an eye at, guys. But first, speak about local heroes, man. We got if you're wearing clothes and stuff, having the right amount of clothes means everything. And the Roanoke Rescue Mission is trying to make sure that happens for people in need by opening a voucher store. So check this out. Anyone receiving a Rescue Mission services can shop, and its new voucher store is located right across the street from the Rescue Mission. They have clothing ranging from jeans to tops to professional wear and children's wear and shoes. And get this, it is all free. Anyone in need receives a voucher card from the store. It's uploaded with $30 every 6 months. And the person you can get then use that money in the store. It's open in the last month, and mission leaders say dozens of people shop here every day. They say that obviously this is a great deal for the community. Marketing and Communications Director Kevin Berry says it's important to have the store so everyone can have the proper clothing.
When you have clothes that don't have rips or tears or stains in them, it gives you a sense of dignity and a feeling of pride of how you look and how you're walking around and presenting yourself. And that translates not just to your everyday life, but as I was talking about, that's about interviews. And when you go in and you present yourself to a potential employer, it makes all the difference in the world.
And that is exactly true. Barry says that all the clothes at the voucher store are donated. He says about 5,500 people have donated the clothing so far. This is the second voucher store opened by the Rescue Mission. And they say that the new voucher store is open only on Mondays from now, Wednesdays and Fridays from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. So again, just another critical resource in our community because, again, like you mentioned, for people out there who are struggling or are in need or are homeless, they can find this particular area to be very helpful, especially when they're looking for jobs, looking for some type of interview, if they're looking into new housing and stuff. Again, being presentable is very, very important. And having that option right there where it's all free, I think is just a very big, big blessing for our communities all over, especially in today's economy. So our very own Keisha Lynn, she's been working on this story for all this time. So if you guys want to go back and check out the longer version of it and actually listen to what volunteers have had to say about the impact this has had on them, giving back to others, check it out on our website at WSLS.com. Moving on, man, we got some good news for some families out there. Virginia tax-free weekend is back and guaranteed for the next 5 years. It was one of the bills Governor Glenn Youngkin signed into law this session. It'll be the first full weekend in August through 2029. And that weekend, state retail sales and use tax will not apply to things like school supplies, clothes and shoes, and emergency preparedness and equipment. This year, the dates are August 2nd through the 4th. So, yeah, we all know how important tax-free weekend is and how that's basically kind of like a holiday in a way, especially right before school starts. So this is good. This is a good job for Youngkin. I'm going to have to ring the bell on that for that one because, again, I know this is going to help out so many different families, and people are looking at this like, again, a way for us to not only save money, but to get what we need and to do so at an affordable way. We got a huge accomplishment to pass along for one particular student, man, a huge accomplishment for a Lynchburg High School student, $20,000. Check this out. This guy right here His Heritage High School 12th grader, Makaja Mason, is this year's recipient of the prestigious Excellence in Science Scholarship. Mason is the first Heritage High School student ever win the $20,000 scholarship. The award goes to an outstanding senior who plans to pursue a science-related field. It says Mason plans on attending Virginia Tech to get his mechanical engineering degree. So shout out to Mason. Anytime we have stories like this should just inspire kids and young adults and students to just constantly work your tail off, because guess what? That stuff is going to pay off in the long run. And for him to win such a big award and to make history winning that award, I already know it's going to go a long way and get put to great use. So again, a major, major congratulations to them. We love to see successful stories such as that in our community. WSLS partnering with the American Red Cross to celebrate our local heroes, people who are doing something in the community that is either inspiring others to do something good, changing lives, saving lives. And this particular person right here is going into the education hero category. That's Senora Faulkner from Floyd County. So Faulkner leads the Certified Nursing Assistant program at the high school, providing comprehensive and hands-on education. Through her guidance, students not only excel in their studies, but also develop a deep sense of responsibility and commitment to serving others. Many say that she is a beacon of hope and excellence in her community. She will be honored at the Celebration of Heroes breakfast, along with all the other local heroes on April 18th at the Hotel Roanoke, which I think is next Thursday. We'll be telling you about the other stories every morning on Virginia Today, 10 News at noon, throughout the day, and online at our website at WSLS.com. And again, it's always cool when we get to highlight our local heroes, because without them, life will be hard. Life could be harder. When you have people who actually care in our society, it makes a difference. And again, it inspires others to want to make a difference as well. So I'm all about it. Congratulations to Mrs. Faulkner. It's a reward well deserved. So if you are looking at a way to de-stress yourself, apparently going outside helps. And I can attest to this, because when I was a kid, and I'm pretty sure with all of us were kids going outside playing, we have a stress in the world. And now as an adult, what's our outside medicine? Probably going to the beach, probably going to the lake, something outdoors. But it works. And you got a lot of outdoor activities here in our area that'll keep you stress-free, or at least help. Okay, so looking for a free and easy way to de-stress, you may want to consider spending more time in nature. Research shows that it can help boost your mood. Psychologists with Cleveland Clinic say that the sights, sounds, and smells of nature can have a calming effect, and it can help you clear your mind.
Studies have shown that spending just 15 minutes outside can reduce your cortisol level, the stress hormone in the body, and boost your serotonin and dopamine level, the feel-good chemicals in the brain. It is a natural stress buster.
So they also say that you should practice what's called mindfulness by being present in the moment. I always talk about that. Be in the moment, whatever you're doing, because you do not want to miss that opportunity to just see and appreciate the things that are around you. And if you're having a hard time managing your stress and nothing seems to be helping, you can talk to a mental health professional. So get outside, go for a walk, take the dog for a walk. It is National Hug Your Dog Day. So yeah, get the dude out and walk him down the street, go hang out on the grass. It always brings back memories doing that, because again, that right there it releases a calming presence, as she said, and I hope that it helps you guys out in the long run. Now, speaking of outside, let's get to meteorologist Chris Michaels. Got to hit up our hump day forecast. I know it's been a little sprinkly here lately, so let's just see if the wetness continues.
Happy hump day today. Just a few hit or miss showers. Most of these will be pretty light. Other than that, the better chance for rain and storms comes Thursday. Now the possibility for a few stronger ones that'll be near into the east of the Roanoke Valley after about 5 p.m. Thursday. Strong winds then Friday and Saturday before a big warm-up. Some of us in the 80s by Sunday afternoon.
All right, Chris. Thank you so much. Coming up after the break, we're not done yet. We still got a lot more to talk about, a lot of the good stories that you guys like to hear about that put smiles on your face, and sometimes those miraculous stories that'll have your heart beating, but also thanking God that it worked out for the better. For example, this right here, man, got some first responders spending 6 minutes to try to get a heartbeat out of this young man after a awful drowning took place in the ocean. We're going to talk about it after the break. We're going to see how hard the first responders worked, and we got so much more coming your way. To stick to us, WSLS.com for the Sprint. Welcome back, guys, to the Sprint. Let's keep it moving. We got to give some love to a local here because they're going to have a big impact on the Olympics that are happening in Paris. So you've heard about it. We're less than 3 months away, by the way. I know a lot of people like the Summer Olympics, but can you believe this year is flying by like that? Well, check this out. During the games, an Allegheny County native will be representing our country on the sidelines, serving as a coach for track and field. Now, her name is Delethea Quarles. She graduated from Allegheny High School, where she ran track and later was inducted into the school's Athletic Hall of Fame. She then competed at the collegiate level at Liberty University and then coached at Liberty University of South Carolina and now James Madison University. Summer will be her first time on Team USA Olympic staff.
It's really a privilege and honor to serve the best athletes in the world.
Now, while this is her first time on the Team USA coaching staff for the Olympics, she has been through past Olympics serving as a personal coach for some of the world's greatest athletes. So we got to give a huge congratulations to her. I know this is a life-changing event and something that you can tell her hard work has paid off. So shout out to you, Delethea. I can't wait to see exactly what kind of success that we come out of Team USA. USA. Moving on down to all of our thrill seeker lovers. Get this, we got a ride coming your way to Busch Gardens, and this is one that I'm actually excited about because I would 100% ride this. It's the Loch Ness Monster. It's going to soar and roar again. Busch Gardens in Williamsburg. The adventure will begin with a new themed entrance and a ride platform guided by an all-new soundtrack created for the Loch Ness Monster. In addition to the 900 feet of the Nessie's signature steel track being replaced, riders will encounter new sights, sounds, and surprises during their journey through the Scottish terrain. Busch Gardens members get exclusive early ride access before the attraction opens to the public on May the 10th. Look at that, man. That looks like it means business. Like, I'm a roller coaster fan. And here's my trick. If you ever ride a roller coaster, the trick is to scream as hard as you possibly can when you go to the dips, because unless you just like your stomach moving around like that, me personally speaking, it tickles. Like there's this uncomfortable tickly feeling that you get when when your stomach is basically, flying to the back of your body or flying up to your chest. So what I do, I engage my core by screaming as loud as I can. And when I do that, I guess my ab work is staying strong and tight to where I don't have to deal with all the moving around and the jiggliness. But to each their own. Ride your roller coaster the way you want to ride it, but this is definitely one that I think we should ride together. So if you guys are interested, please let me know. Go to the comment section, drop it in there, and tell me, would this be a ride that you'd be okay with sitting right beside me as I scream my head off? I would like to think yes. Okay, moving on into the story that we were talking about, dealing with this life-saving event. And this is one of those things where this is a nod to law enforcement because, first of all the people who were involved in this particular situation worked their tail off. Nobody gave up, which is a blessing. And again, 6 minutes without a heartbeat, 6 minutes unresponsive, that is terrifying, especially for the friends and the family members that were of this particular person. But yeah, this is happening on central east coast of Florida. This is a story of survival on a beach. It says that an unconscious man was rescued from the ocean last month, and it was caught on camera. We got the whole story right here. Pamela Comey on the efforts that it took to save this young man's life. And again, it has a happy ending, but one that did not come easy.
A visit to New Smyrna Beach almost ended one 21-year-old's life.
The first thing he said is he's never going to the beach again.
Deputy Stan Manhart was one of the first responders on the scene the day Felipe Ribeiro de Souza got caught in a riptide. Several people were rescued March 30th. Ribeiro de Souza was the only one who was unresponsive. Two boogie boarders pulled him out of the water. They put him on their board until lifeguard Dalton Smith.
We just let them know that they needed to hold his head up above water, and we just swam them all in together.
Before they even reached the shore, Manhart began CPR.
Starting the brushes.
And while still on the board, deputies were trying to save the man's life.
With the patient being slippery, the board being wet, they were able to maintain the patient on the board and doing very effective CPR.
Eventually, Ribeiro de Souza was handed off to the New Smyrna Fire Department, and they still had the tough job of getting his pulse back.
With saltwater drownings, what happens is when the salt water enters the lungs, you have a major fluid shift in the body, so that it creates pulmonary edema. So this patient needed advanced life-saving airway procedures.
Ty Tarno with New Smyrna Fire says the victim didn't have a pulse for 6 to 7 minutes.
It was just a miracle that this young man was able to pull through.
All three departments worked together seamlessly.
You're only as strong as your weakest link, and there was no weak links here.
Yeah, a very, very, very life-saving story that it will make you, first of all, think twice about getting into the ocean, because the riptides are no joke. But if anything, it makes you want to just appreciate our first responders even more. So let's get to Jazzy Jazz real quick. Jazz, when you see that story, man, is that not something that is a great reminder to show that, these people are literally there to save lives?
Oh, absolutely. And it honestly, to see them going out of their way and quickly jumping into action and not hesitating is honestly a miracle. And I'm glad that they were able to jump into action quickly enough to save that young boy's life. Because like you said, I couldn't imagine just the anxiety and the stress that the family themselves were experiencing. And then to see someone jump into action to save someone else and not even hesitate to jump into action and just do everything that they can to give this young boy and save his life and help him. It's just a beautiful thing. They are absolutely just selfless and committed to serving others. And I am so grateful for first responders. And I'm so grateful that this young boy got another chance at life. I know this is something that he's going to remember for the rest of his life. And I'm sure the family is grateful as well. I was thinking to myself, because I have a little brother and he's just 12 years old. And I just couldn't imagine how fast my heart would be beating if his heart was to stop beating for 6 minutes long. Like, that is absolutely terrifying.
Yep.
So it's an absolute blessing that those first responders were there. And not only that, they didn't let fear paralyze them. Because sometimes when you're faced with something like that and there's so much pressure on you to perform, sometimes you get paralyzed by your own fear. But the fact that they were able to quickly work on their toes and do what was needed of them, it's a beautiful thing, and they deserve to be celebrated. I hope they get some recognition for that, because that's not something that is an easy feat.
Right.
Kudos to them.
No, 100%. And this picture right here is just a testimony in itself, showing just how, you can just imagine how thankful this kid is. And I call him a kid, but this 21-year-old is, because it's just amazing that you can never take life for granted, and anything can happen in any given second. And it's one of those things where I tell people all the time, I absolutely, if you see something and you can help a situation, step in and do it. And I feel like that's what exactly these people did, to step in to make sure that this man had a second chance at life. So shout out to them first responders like that.
Yeah, I agree. Because like you said, life is so fragile, and I'm sure it gave him a completely new perspective on life. So kudos to those first responders.
100%. So, Jazz, tell me, would you go on the Loch Ness Monster thing with me?
Oh, for sure.
Yes!
It's just so fun. And honestly, the only thing at a theme park that scares me is the drop.
Yes.
It's so slow.
Yes.
You just get it out the way and it's fine. But the drop, you just going up there, it's nice and just super, super slow, staring at everything. And the one at Busch Gardens, that thing is huge. It's at least 200 to 400 feet. Massive. And the Busch Gardens, they be playing too many games. So we got all the way to the top. And they gonna start shaking it.
Oh,
and
no.
I thought it was having a malfunction. And it was shaking real bad, and you can hear the gears grinding.
Oh,
and then
God.
Boy, course, and it was like, goodbye, and then it dropped us.
Oh,
I
God.
had no idea that was going to happen because there was another roller coaster, the Griffin. Have you been to Busch Gardens?
I have not. That's one place that I do need to go.
Yeah, for sure. But they have this roller coaster called the Griffin, and I remember, at least I think that's what it's called, the Griffin. And I remember I went, I believe it was in my senior year of high school, out with some friends. And the Griffin is like one of the biggest roller coasters at Busch Gardens. And we went and we were so excited, because I love roller coasters. The bigger the better.
Yeah.
And I was in the front row. And so as soon as you, mind you, this is the biggest roller, or one of the biggest roller coasters at Busch Gardens. So you get all the way to the top of it. And as soon as you get to the top, it just stops.
Oh, Lord.
I have never screamed so much. I watched Final Destination with those rollers.
Oh, yes.
That was the first thing that popped in my mind. I thought something was wrong.
Oh, God.
And then it drops. So it stops, and you're just like looking around, and then it drops you. But I had no idea.
Oh, my gosh.
Busch Gardens, they play too many games.
Yeah, so...
This is a joke. Like, give me a regular roller coaster, but I'll hold the extraness.
So I definitely need to go there then.
Oh, yeah, you should. It's really fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Just wear some good walking shoes. It's a lot.
So, Jazz, are you a screamer? Like, because it works, right? And tell me I'm not tripping on that, am I?
Because I hate that weird feeling I get myself. It's so weird. But yeah, I'm definitely a screamer. So
Yes.
Yeah, it works.
All right, Jazz. Well, thanks so much, Jazz. We'll see.
Bye, girlie.
See you tomorrow. Yeah, so basically, okay, so that's on my to-do list. I went to a Martinsville Speedway race. I'm addicted to hockey. And speaking of which, we need to pray for my boys because, again, we can't have them losing. The finals has just started. They were in Quad City. Last night, I actually stayed up to watch the game, and we were doing well. And then they wait until they just lost in overtime, but whatever. Either way, this right here, I need you guys to just send a prayer to my Rail Yard dogs because we have to win the 2 games this week. We have to win at least 1 game, first and foremost. But then definitely if we win on Friday, which I'm going ahead and claiming it, we're going to win on Saturday. So we got to get our boys winning, man. We need to keep that cup. There are shirts going around that says keep that cup. And I'm super duper excited. Like, hopefully, I pray that we make it to the next round. But yeah, we got our work cut out for us. But that's why I'm asking every one of you guys, send some type of positive energy their way because they need it. Either way, we need to go to Busch Gardens. I need to go there, check out the rides and all that good stuff because you guys got a lot of fun things here on a local level that I still need to explore. And I'm still exploring as we speak. Speaking of which, me and Jazz got us another time to eat kind of piece coming out, I guess we'll say. We're going to be airing it next week so you guys can go and check out our next place that you all recommended for us to stop and try out as far as the food that is happening here on a local level and how those food establishments bring people together. That's what we're all about here. But yeah, thanks so much for joining us on The Sprint where we flesh out the good news of the day and we bring you guys those trendy talking stories that'll have you either A, thanking God, B, looking and scratching your head, or C, just all around great mood. So we'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Have a great hump day, and thanks for watching us right here online at WSLS.com for The Sprint.